keep the music playing.
Today's news and weather is brought to you by the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. Check out upcoming shows at backyardwaco.com.
From the Newsden Newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez. One of the state's most controversial bills concerning school choice is passed. House lawmakers cast their final votes Thursday, 86-61. The other major education bill on the table also passed. 142 Republicans supported the public school funding bill. Only 5, both GOP members and the Dems, were against it. The school choice bill establishes an education savings account that gives parents $10,000 taxpayer dollars to use toward their child's private school education. 44 amendments were proposed, with only one adopted. Education Committee Chair Brad Buckley authored. Now both bills, SB 2 and HB 2, head to the Senate for approval. If that happens, it goes to the governor's desk for his signature. Meanwhile, Killeen police are investigating a deadly shooting. They responded to a call just after 7:30 on Gray Street last night, where they say they found a 47-year-old man with a gunshot wound. He died at the hospital. One person has been detained. From the Newsden Newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez.
We are gearing up for what is going to be a not-so-great Easter weekend weather-wise, with rain chances, clouds, warmth, and humidity hanging around, but there will be some decent dry time for us as we push through the Easter holiday weekend. Temperatures today starting out in the mid to upper 60s with a few stray low 70s. Expect mostly cloudy to overcast skies throughout the day. Gusty south winds as high as 35 miles per hour. That will help to push our temperatures into the mid to upper 80s. Only a 10% chance of a stray sprinkle. Now, after sunset, we could see a stray shower or thunderstorm west of I-35, but better rain chances will likely arrive during the pre-dawn hours on Saturday. We'll have a 50% chance for rain on Saturday, but most of that will be falling during the afternoon and evening hours. From KWTX, I'm First Alert meteorologist Sean Bellafury.
Hey, good morning. It is TGIF Friday. Good Friday, by the way. We'll talk about Good Friday and what else today holds for us on the Zack Owen Show. First of all, I got to say a big thank you to Weichert Realtors. That's our big sponsor of the Zack Owen Show. Also, Be Kind Coffee over on Washington Avenue. My guest wrapping up baseball week is the legendary Stan Hough, sitting right here. Stan's going to tell us some crazy stories about his career in baseball. We're talking baseball again this morning. Later on, we got Bronson Lewis going to be on stage in the 9 o'clock hour to sing for us. But let's kick it off the way we do every morning with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose but stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the rampart we won for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I already know it's going to be a good show. Stan's got me laughing over here about some stories. Stan Hough, first of all, say thank you for coming in and being on the show. It's baseball week. And when I was putting people together, I asked around, and your name came up. So we wanted to save you for the last day.
Oh, my gosh.
Stan, tell us a little bit about, let's kick it off by learning about you, where you're from originally, school, family, the whole 9 yards.
Well, I'm from Waco. We moved around, though, and I was born here. My dad got transferred. He was working for Owens, Illinois, went to Toledo, Ohio, and then he got transferred to New Orleans. And then we came back to Waco, and when I from elementary school, I came back, and I was in high school. I knew virtually everybody. It was like I was just gone for a while.
Yeah.
So, played baseball at Richfield. We had a pretty good team, but David Clyde beat us, though, and that was the way that goes.
Wow.
But anyway, I wanted to go out here to Baylor, but he was right here in town, and Dutch Schrader didn't have any scholarships. He only had 3 for 25 guys.
Wow.
So I went to Union University and thought I was going to catch. Next thing you know, I'm in the outfield playing center field, and I thought anybody could play center field. The first ball that was hit to me went under my legs, and the guy got a single with a 3-base error, and I got that coach, Butch McBroom, let me have it pretty good. So I started really bearing down, and from there I got drafted by the New York Mets. And
As a center fielder?
As an outfielder.
Yeah.
But you got to spring training, they were a dime a dozen, just like pitchers. So I thought, well, I need to catch. So I'd caught in high school. So they said, okay, you're a catcher.
Yeah, there you go. Boom, you're a catcher.
I stayed a catcher the whole time. I did play in the outfield some, though, too.
Yeah.
Not much.
And family here?
Yeah, family's here. My mother and dad have passed away. My sister have passed away. I'm really of our family, the only one left. But I'm married and got kids. And my daughter's here. Casey Turner. She's doing real estate as well.
Yeah,
And my son Ty is working in Hutto at Lowe's.
The Hutto Hippos.
The Hutto Hippos. That's for sure. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So
grandkids.
Yeah, I got 2 girls. They're very busy. And,
Now, out of all anybody sports minded like you?
Well, for sure, my wife isn't.
My wife is.
Not really.
Yeah.
I can tell you this. It was in Columbus, Georgia, and I hit the longest home run of my life. And I ran third base, and all I could see was her profile. She was talking to one of the other wives, and she never knew I was even at bat.
You're going, honey. Oh, my gosh.
That's all right. Whatever.
I love it. Stan Hough talking about his family and about Waco, Texas. And I know, you, just like me, I've been here. You've been here a long time, but I've been here 33 years or so. And then I was here back in the early 80s for a little bit. But, man, hasn't it changed, especially downtown?
Oh, wow. It's beautiful. This place is growing now. It's, for a long time it just stayed still and stagnant. A little country town. But it's making its way now.
Very good, very good. And, of course, we got Baylor University.
Yeah.
Got MCC down the road is Mary Hardin Baylor. Got a lot of great programs going on and baseball programs. We had Billy Brewer on the other day talking about the Storm, the kids playing ball. A lot of action around here when it comes to baseball.
It is. Waco is a very good baseball town, and actually been working on trying to get a minor league team here, but we got to get a baseball field first. So that's what's going on now. Right.
My first job in radio was in Cleburne, and my son works and my daughter-in-law work in Cleburne, live around Cleburne. They've got a beautiful ballpark over there.
Oh yeah.
I think by the Railroaders or something.
Yeah.
A great little ballpark, and had a good time. Went to a couple of games over there, but that would be wonderful if we could see that happen.
Yeah, well, maybe. It's a big maybe right now, but it sure would be a benefit and a bonus to Waco.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would be great. Hey, Stan Hough, we're going to get into details about his career and some funny stories and some inside stories, and we're going to talk about podcasting. You do a little podcast, don't you?
Yeah, a visit to the mound.
I like that.
With a Rogue Media. Rogue.
Yeah, my Rogue
They're
boys.
They're very rogue.
That's it. I asked somebody the other day, one of the pitchers, I said, what did you talk about when you went over, the game stopped, everybody walks to the mound, and he said, sometimes we didn't do anything, sometimes we told jokes. Just trying to loosen the pitcher up.
Right.
Get his mind right. So we'll talk about that with Stan Hough. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back and visit more with Stan right after this.
Are you ready to take your real estate career to the next level? Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started, Weichert Realtors, the Eastland Group, is the place for you. At Weichert, we provide cutting-edge technology, personalized coaching and training, proven systems to help you succeed, all in a positive, drama-free atmosphere. Our team is more than just a real estate brokerage. We're a family dedicated to growth, support, and real results. Call us today to schedule a meeting or visit theeastlandgroup.com to learn more.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com. That's CLEAN email.com. Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com. Unlock a world of convenience with Mully Box, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Experience the joy of surprises. Subscribe today at mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com. At Tusain's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Committed to excellence, we adopt a user-centric approach guided by ergonomics and medical science. With a team of seasoned professionals in R&D, design, and manufacturing, we prioritize quality across our entire product line. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.
At Open Goal USA, we're revolutionizing training for both soccer and lacrosse with our innovative portable rebounders. Perfect for players of all ages and skill levels, our rebounders improve accuracy, control, and technique in both sports. Built with premium materials for durability and ease of use, they're ideal for training anywhere, anytime. Whether you're perfecting your soccer game or sharpening your lacrosse skills, Open Goal USA has you covered. Visit OpenGoAAALUSA.com and elevate your training today.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Introducing Muck-Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. Developed by our mad developer Alex and tested by riders, our products are made by riders for riders. Discover more at us.muc-off.com, where we break the mold to bring you the best in bike care.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Welcome back. Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. Big concert tonight and tomorrow night. We'll try to get Chris or Brian over here a little bit later on to talk about if tickets are available and what to expect. They're expecting a sold-out crowd for tonight's show. Anyway, we'll talk about that later on. Bronson Lewis is going to be here in the 9 o'clock hour to play some music. Stan Hough, my guest, as we wrap up baseball week. And today, Stan, is Friday, April the 18th. Today is International Juggling Day. Do you know any jugglers other than that guy that stands out by the red light trying to juggle once in a while for money?
I've seen him, but no, I don't know any personally.
Today is Lineman Appreciation Day. Mike, weren't you a lineman for the county? But you heard the song, Wichita Lineman. National Animal Cracker Day. God, I remember as a kid, I loved that little box of animal crackers.
I had my share of those too.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. They took the bars off the cages. It's not good for the...
That's a humanitarian deal.
Yeah. Free. These are organic.
Things are
Anyway,
going backwards.
National Piñata Day. Pin, the stuff that you hit and the candy flies out and all that.
Okay.
I love those bloopers they show on TikTok where somebody misses it and hits the guy right in the nuts or, or something happens.
I think I've seen the same one.
And today, of course, is Good Friday. Commemorates the death of Jesus on Calvary. It falls on the Friday before Easter. Most Christian denominations recognize Good Friday as a holy day, with many, including members of Catholic, Eastern Orthodox, and Lutheran faith, fasting and attending church services. Today is Good Friday, and Sunday, of course, Easter. You got big plans this weekend?
We're going to church.
There you go.
I know that. That's the only plan I know of.
Wherever the wife tells you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to church. Yeah, we're going.
There you go. And eat some good food later on, maybe. We're going to Godley, Texas, to my sons to have Easter dinner over there in Godley. Hey, Stan Hough is here with me right now. We're talking baseball. So you got drafted. Tell us about that day. Well, first of all, let's go back a little bit, back to when you played ball in high school and other things. Did you want to be, when you were young and starting out and you said, man, I love this game, I like playing baseball, what position did you say, I want to be this when you were a kid?
A catcher.
You did.
I caught most of my life.
Right.
But, you grow up, and back then the Yankees were winning at everything, and Mickey Mantle was actually my favorite. Willie Mays was – Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays were the two tops for me. And fortunately, one spring training, I went to the Major League camp with the Mets 4 times, and about the second or third time, Willie Mays' locker was right next to mine.
Oh, my gosh.
Or mine was right next to his.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
And I talked to him every day for 30 days, and I never even thought about asking him for his autograph, but he did give me some batting gloves that I didn't use, and he said, well, you play golf, right? I said, yeah. Well, you want them or not? I said, no, I want them. I'll take them.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I still got them somewhere.
Oh, you should have got him to sign them.
Well, we had too much fun talking.
Of course, Stan autographed some gloves for Willie Mays and gave them to him.
Sure. Yeah. I don't think so.
I love it.
Anyway, so
Was he a nice guy, though?
Outstanding guy, you know. And I only got to meet Mickey Mantle a couple of times, and I met his son, David. David came down here when we were talking about that baseball thing too. So he's a nice guy as well. And I know he's got another brother. A couple of his brothers have passed away. But anyway, so when I signed, you know, I thought, well, that's what I wanted to do, you know. And I'd worked hard at it. I sacrificed a lot to get, you know, at least to be ready for that. When I got to spring training, though, I just remember that first day. And after that first day, I remember we were at the Edgewater Beach Hotel in St. Petersburg. I was laying in the bed thinking, what have I gotten myself into? Because it was not easy. It was very competitive. Every day I'm seeing players come and go, and it was like I just didn't want to be that guy, that next guy. But every day you thought, well, is this the last day I'm going to be here?
Mm-hmm.
Just go out and do the best you can. And 12 years later, I quit playing. So I got traded. I got traded to the Houston Astros in 1981 after I hit 429 in spring training, and the AAA manager said I was going to be his catcher in Tidewater, the AAA team for the Mets. And we get back across town after I played. It was against the Cardinals, and I come back over there, and they tell me come in the office. I think, well, they're giving me a raise. You know, I'm going to AAA. Well, they gave me a raise, all right. I got traded to Houston for Bruce Bochy, the manager.
Oh my
of
gosh!
the
Yeah,
Rangers
the
now.
Rangers.
And you know, yesterday was his birthday, I believe.
Wow!
And they won for him. So happy birthday to Bruce Bochy.
Wow!
Nice
That's
guy,
crazy.
great guy.
You know,
Anyway.
it was funny because the other day I was talking with Billy about when he was in Oakland, and we were talking about the movie Moneyball about Billy Beane, and I said, you know, in the movie, he had a lot of interaction with the players. Was that true? And he said, yeah. I said, was that normal? He goes, no, general managers, the only time you didn't want to go to that office and sit with the general manager because it meant you're going somewhere.
Exactly,
right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, speaking of Moneyball, our player personnel director at Fort Worth was Barry Moss, who was Scout Barry in that movie.
Really?
And he had a speaking part in it too.
Yeah.
And he said what was really interesting that what's the actor's name? Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Yep.
He walked around. All those guys were scouts, and he walked around and got to know every one of them, and
Wow.
he called them by their name, first name. So he thought that was pretty neat.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
So
then,
anyway.
so you played, and you go down to Houston.
Well, I went up the ladder with the Mets from A-ball to AAA.
Right.
And they got the year I made the AAA team with the Mets. That's, you know, I got traded to Houston. I was back in AA. I backed up 5 number 1 picks. So I was at the right place at the wrong time.
At the wrong time.
But, you know, they're all good guys. You know, it wasn't their fault.
Right.
They got drafted so high. I mean, they earned it. And, you know, I was fortunate, though. I beat a couple of them out on the way in the minor league.
Right,
So, but
right.
it worked out. You know, the only thing I regret was not getting to play. I wish I had gotten to play a little bit more. But,
right.
But from there, I started coaching with the Astros, and then went over to the Rangers, and then it got over to the Yankees, the Expos, and the Orioles.
Right. Now I got to go back to the Astros. Was there a day that the first time you ever, whether you played or not, or just when you walked into the Astrodome? What'd you think originally, first time you ever went in the Astrodome?
Well, I was a kid when that happened.
Yeah.
And Don Wilson was pitching against the San Francisco Giants, and I wanted to see Willie McCovey, and they didn't even have him playing that day.
Oh, no.
Well, at the end of the Houston had a 2-1 lead in the 9th inning, and Don Wilson still pitching. they put Willie McCovey in to pinch hit with 2 outs with a man on first. And that sucker hit the longest home run I've ever.
Wow.
And it was like, well, Houston had the last at bat, and it was 3 up, 3 down, and San Francisco won the game on Willie McCovey's swing. So it.
So you were excited. That was a good day.
Yeah, that was something. I was what? I was like 9, 8 years old, and it was like, wow.
Yeah, and I can imagine.
Amazing.
I never got to go in the Astrodome when it was thriving, but I can imagine walking in, always playing in a ballpark that's open, and then walk in there and go, wow.
Yeah.
Something spectacular.
I'll tell you a funny story. Ferguson Jenkins and I coached together in AAA. He's a Hall of Fame pitcher. Well, Fergie was a really good pitcher, but he gave up a lot of home runs, and that's the way it went. So they were in San Francisco. He was pitching for the Cubs, and they were in San Francisco. And his hotel phone rings. It said, "Mr. Jenkins, your limousine is here." And he looked at his roommate and said, "Did you get a limousine?" He goes, "No." He said, "Well, the limousine's here. Get your stuff and let's go to the ballpark." Well, they drive the limousine to the ballpark. Well, when they got to the ballpark, they're in the locker room, and the locker room phone rings, and the clubby answers it. Said, "Ferguson Jenkins, you got a phone call." Well, he goes to the phone. He goes, "Hey, the person on the other end said, Fergie, you made it to the ballpark, right?" He goes, "Yeah." "You pitching today?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I just wanted to make sure you made it to the ballpark." It was Willie McCovey.
Oh.
Willie McCovey got the limousine for him because he hit a bunch of home runs off of Ferguson Jenkins.
Oh, my gosh. That's a great story.
He said, "I just wanted to make sure you made it to the ballpark."
I love it. Hey, we're talking with Stan Hough. It's baseball week. We got more stories to talk about, lots of things to talk about with Stan Hough. But right now, it's time to check in, see what's happening in the world of country music news. We'll check in with Nashville Cat right after this.
Okay, I got a couple stories about Major League camp. Joe Torre was the manager.
I love them. I'm laughing.
Actually, I got a couple stories. Talking about rookie. I was a Green Pea rookie, and they took all the advantage with me.
All right, you ready? Back live, Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. It is Friday. It is Good Friday. We're talking baseball with Stan Hough. But first of all, I want to tell you about Jack of All Trades Employment Services. If you're looking for a J-O-B, call J-O-A-T, Jack of All Trades. Helen Underwood and her staff ready to put you to work, whether it's full-time, part-time, or temporary. They're located on Franklin Avenue. Give them a call. They're open Monday through Thursday, and that's from 8 until 5 o'clock. Every Friday they're open until 6 o'clock, and every Saturday they're open 9 to 1. You need a job, Jack of All Trades, or maybe you own a business and you need some employees. Well, they'll take care of that for you, the screening, the whole 9 yards, do the interviewing and so forth. Jack of All Trades, make sure you tell them you heard about it right here on the Zack Owen Show. So you told me a story. We were talking earlier. I said, did you ever know Charlie Hough,
right,
who played for the Rangers,
right,
and he was a knuckleballer. And you told me a story about Charlie.
Yeah, he's we were talking one day, but are we related? I said, no, we're not related. He said, why? I said, well, I'm way better looking than you are. There's no way we could be related.
We can't be related.
He was a great guy. I mean, he came into the AAA room one day. I was coaching at AAA, and he told everybody in the room, he said, I want you on your toes because until I get this knuckleball down, I'm going to be backing up third a lot. So that day, I can't remember the team. I think it was Detroit's AAA team, but he gave it up pretty good. And they were running around those bases, and he was backing up third a whole lot. But, that's one of those pitches that you have to work on, and the only time you can really work on it is when you're competing.
When you're competing.
Well, you can throw it all day, and it's nice and easy, but when you're competing, that's kind of a different feel. So
right.
He had to get it while he was competing, and he did a wonderful job with it. He's a heck of a guy, too.
Wow. Charlie Hough right there. All right, let's go back and talk about the coaching and right. When you were, whether you were catching or playing in the outfield and playing ball, when did the thought of coaching, when did that bug kind of hit you?
When I was near the end of my career.
And you said, I need a job?
Well, I wanted to stay in the game. and I, it was getting – like I said, I got invited to Major League Camp 4 times. Okay, the first time was in 1977. Okay, the year before I was in A-ball and I made the All-Star team, and I caught 100 games in Lynchburg, Virginia. So I get invited to Major League Camp. Jerry Grody was the catcher, and we were both there. There was only a couple of guys from Texas, and we were both from Texas. So he latched on to me. It's like, we're bros. We're going to hang out and all that.
Yeah.
Well, one day the Converse guy was there, and he actually played for the Mets. I can't remember his name, but my feet were coming out of those shoes. They were that bad. I had holes in my spikes. So Jerry says, go talk to him. He'll give you a pair of shoes. He goes, he's got a truck full of them out there, and he's giving shoes away. I said, will he? He said, yeah. So I went up. Now, he was standing there talking to Tom Seaver, John Matlack, and Jerry Kuzman. Okay?
Wow.
And I'm just kind of standing behind. Finally, he asked me, he said, can I help you? I said, can I get a pair of those shoes? And he said, well, are you on the Major League roster? I said, no. Well, he turned around and said, when you make the Major League team, I'll give you a pair of shoes.
Wow.
I said, well, you know where you can take those shoes? Right in front of everybody. You can stick them where the sun don't shine. I walked back to my locker. I get those big lockers. I got in there. I was mad. Anyway, Jerry was peeking around. I said, you did this, didn't you? You set me up. Well, and then, okay, the next year in spring training, Frank Ryan was a hit. Was a Louisville Slugger guy. I got a bat contract with Louisville Sluggers, right?
Okay.
Well, he said, Stan, what kind of bats do you want? And I told him. He said, well, you're cutting too much wood out of that bat. And it was time to be out there. Joe Torre was the manager. It was time to be on the field. And I get into an argument with this guy. And finally, some guy walks up, a three-piece suit and sunglasses. He said, what's the problem, Ryan? And I said, well, who are you? He said, Pee Wee Reese.
Oh, my God, Pee Wee Reese.
Pee Wee Reese was the president of Louisville Sluggers. And I said, oh, Pee Wee Reese, I used to watch you and old Dizzy Dean. He goes, yeah, and next thing you know, I'm late for workouts. So all those pictures that I just told you about, they were in the left field. It's right out the door to the field. It was on the left. I kind of threw my stuff down behind him, and I'm stretching, and I see there's a shadow coming over me, and it's behind me. And the guy kicks me in the back a little bit. He goes, Stan. I said, I turned around, it's Joe Torre. I said, yes, sir. He says, what time do we start workouts? I said, 9 o'clock. He said, what time did you get out here? I went, 9:05. He goes, not quite. You got out here at 9:15. Now, if you do that again, I'm going to fine you $100.
Wow.
Well, $100 back then was half my salary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I said, $100. He said, don't be late again. So I was never late again, but I'm going to blame that on Frank Ryan.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was something else.
But did you ever get the bats you wanted?
I got them.
There you go.
Just like I want them.
I love it.
And it was perfect.
I love it. Great stories. We were talking earlier about we play the national anthem. All the years on the Zach and Jim show, we played the national anthem and continue it here as we open the show each morning. We were talking, I'm sure in all your years playing, coaching, attending games, you heard a lot of different versions of the national anthem, and some not so good.
Yes, there were a few of those. I really can't go into specifics, but I've never heard the national anthem beat up so bad. And one particular time in AA, when I was in Jackson, Mississippi, a lady came out, and she
forgot the words.
Well, she forgot the words. Plus, the speakers were in deep center field, and there was a delay. And she got tangled up, and she started making up stuff. And I was standing right outside the dugout, and I got tickled, and I kind of stepped back into the dugout and went in the locker room. I was laughing so hard. It wasn't right for me to do that in front of her, but that was the worst I'd ever heard right there.
Oh, my gosh.
I heard the national anthem a lot, too.
What is, out of all the fields that you got to play on and also got to coach on, what was your favorite? What field, what ballpark did you enjoy? So this is really neat.
Louisville.
Really?
And Yankee spring training at Legends Field. Yeah, Louisville, Kentucky, and Buffalo, New York. Those were – Buffalo should have a major league team as big as it is. And, you know, they've got – the Rich family owns it. Then
right.
I don't know who owns it now. They might still own it, but, you know, the Rich Creamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's them. And the whole upper deck was covered, and they could add 20,000 seats to it. And I think the most people in front of I played and managed against was around 20,000 people.
Wow.
So it was that was pretty neat.
Yeah. What's the worst?
Well, now you want to forget about and did you ever see Bull Durham?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that bus? Well, I think I was on that bus many times. That was the same bus. I could tell, you know, it's stuff on the walls back there. So, but anyway, that was the kind of travel we had right there.
Yeah.
So, but it got better as higher you went.
Yeah.
Now we flew a lot of places when I was in AAA. So
Right.
that was anything under 500 miles we flew.
Okay.
Otherwise, we took a bus.
Yeah.
The buses got better, so it was good.
I remember, I don't know if you ever saw the movie, now I'm going to go blank for just a minute, Slapshot. With Paul Newman. Remember that old bus they traveled around in?
Yeah, that was a good movie, too.
Hilarious. Great movie, Slapshot. Paul Newman and what were the brothers that actually played hockey?
Oh, those guys.
Henson. What, Henson brothers
Probably.
or Hanson? Something like that. But, great movie. Not baseball, hockey, but.
It was hockey. I loved it.
It's a good one. Hey, we're talking with Stan Hough. It's baseball week here on the Zack Owen Show. Coming up in just a little bit, we got Bronson's going to stop by, sing some music for us, entertain us on this Friday, Good Friday. You got any big plans other than church this weekend? Anything on your schedule?
Not really.
Just lay back?
No, just take it easy and enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, enjoy the weekend. That's life passes by way too fast, my friend. We were talking about Jim passing away at 59 and so many people we know.
Right.
Do you remember back when you were in your 20s and 30s and 40s, you never went to a funeral? And as we get older, I promise you, Stan, that seems like all I've been doing lately.
Well, my dad was 94 when he passed away a couple years ago, and one day I was taking him around town, and he couldn't see real good because he had macular degeneration in one of his eyes, and he couldn't hear very well. And I said, "Well, what have you been up to?" You know, kind of a off-the-cuff comment. He said, "Well, if I'm not going to a doctor's appointment, I'm going to a funeral."
that sounds about right.
And he said it's gotten that that's really a low spot.
Yeah.
And he said it's just the way it is.
It is.
but it's true.
Yeah, it is. My friend Butch Highfield passed away recently, and another guy that was a great engineer in radio, Dave Fricker, just passed away. But it just but life goes on, my friend.
Yes, it does.
Stan Hough, talking baseball. Hey, we got an old music video that we're going to play for you right now. We're going to come back, talk more about baseball, so stick around. Zack Owen Show brought to you by Waco Realtors, the Eastland Group.
The night was long, yeah. The winter hills were black, I'm all alone. Sitting in the back of a long white Cadillac. The headlights shine, the highway fades to black, his last ride. Headlights shine, yeah. The highway fades to black. Oh yeah, his last ride. He ain't never coming back in a long white Cadillac. Just slipped right through his hand. Yeah. One time he sang away the sorrow. One time, you know, he took it like a man. Now the headlights shine, the highway fades to black. His last ride. He ain't never coming back in a long white Cadillac. made money on that one. Very sexy of you to tip.
Zack Owen Show back live. Classic music video. We're here at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. Good Friday. Stan Hough, baseball talk. Stan, tell us, we talked about stadiums. We talked about national anthem. But one of the things that I've talked about this week is umpires. I'm sure you had a love-hate relationship with some of them. Which umpire did you respect the most that you can remember a guy's name?
Drew Coble. That guy could put the pen back in a grenade that was getting ready to blow up. He could calm it down.
Yeah.
And he ended up in the big leagues, and he's retired there too. So I believe he's from North Carolina, but anyway.
The worst, the one you said he's blind.
There's two of them. Angel Hernandez and Joe West. Joe West was lazy. He wasn't a bad umpire, but when I'm catching, he was leaning all over me, about to push me down. I was like, do you need to be in a lazy boy or something? I mean, but anyway, so.
That's funny.
That's the way. But Angel was terrible. I mean, you throw one right down the middle, his ball, depending on how he felt that day. Now, he got to the big leagues, but anyway, so.
Casey was talking yesterday. Casey Foster was talking about one particular umpire that had the biggest delay, like throw the ball and everybody just wait for him to make, and he'd go strike, and he told the story about how he threw one right down the middle and he knew it was strike three. We're out of the inning and he's already towards the dugout, and
Really?
he didn't call a strike until he got way over there. Finally, he calls a strike. It's innings over. He walks over to the dugout and says, I need to see this Fossum kid or whoever. And says, I just want you to tell you this. Don't ever walk off that mound until I make my final call, And but he said he had this huge delay. I know that probably some maybe got into it a little bit more than others, were more dramatic,
Right.
Maybe made a show out of it.
There's really hardly any way you could get back at them, but I got back at a couple of them.
So how did you do that?
I called a fastball up and in and leaned away from it, and they got hit. That wasn't right, but I felt better about it.
Yeah.
Well, I got even. That was my way of getting even, but there was a guy named Zach Rebikoff who was terrible, but he double A is about as high as he went. And he was the first one I
called
invited to do that. Anyway, it's not a really good idea, but I did it.
What was the sign for that? If you wanted the guy to throw
at the hitter?
In other words, did the pitcher know what you wanted? I mean, you were going to hit him? No,
I didn't want, because a lot of them wouldn't do it.
Yeah. But you just wanted it a certain place, and then you're going to move.
Well, if it wasn't up and in enough, I'd catch it.
Right.
But if it was, that was a curveball. Oh, he crossed me up.
Yeah. Whoops.
Anyway, that's not right. But anyway, that's past. It's over.
Yeah. All right. I've asked all the guys this week, and two names kind of jump out. Greatest baseball player of all time. Living, dead, greatest ever.
Oh, Lord. Well, as far as hitters go, I'd say Pete Rose. As far as all-around players, I would have to say Roberto Clemente.
Wow. That's a great one.
Yeah, and, he passed away in 1971 in a plane crash.
In a plane crash. I remember that.
He was taking, I believe, food to
relief.
Nicaragua or somewhere.
Yeah.
And the plane took off in a bad storm, and it never got out of it went down the sea.
Wow.
Anyway,
I remember that.
Of course, my two favorites are Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to give Willie Mays a lot of credit too. He played for 24 years, and something like that. And then Mantle was a boy. I tell you what, if anybody could have stayed healthy, that probably would have been the best of all of them
ever.
Yeah, the guy could hit with power from both sides. And okay, here's a good one. I believe it was April of 17th, 1953, in Clark Griffith Stadium against the Washington Senators. He hit a home run out of Clark Griffith Stadium. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Wow.
Now, one day, Bobby Bragan was sitting on my left, and Frank Lucchese was sitting on my right. We're sitting on this big couch, and they were, still building up on LaGrave Field. And I'm reading this baseball book, and Wayne Twilliger was our manager.
Oh my gosh, great!
So I tell this story about Mickey Mantle and hitting that home run, and I asked Bragan, "What do you think?" And well, he told me his Mantle story, and then I said, "What do you think, Frank?" And Frank told me his Mantle story.
Yeah.
And I said, "Twig, you hear that story?" He goes, "Yeah, it was the damnedest thing I ever saw." I said, "You saw it?" He goes, "Yeah, I was playing second base that day."
Wow.
And
wow.
Let's see, I can't remember the guy that threw it. He was a left-hander.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, he said we gave him a lot of heck about that. He said, "Well, I struck him out a lot too."
Yeah, you got to throw that in there. I did strike him out.
Yeah, but the surprise was, I was working as a coach up in Fort Worth with Wayne Twilliger was the manager. And what do you think about that, Wayne? He said, "Dadgum, thing I ever saw." And he was on the field that day. And looking at the picture, is from a way far off. I could see his profile. And it was him.
That's
pretty good.
That is great. That is great. Hey, Stan Hough, my guest today. We're talking baseball all week. We got different stories to tell, but we just talked about greatest player. Who did you ever see, and you may not remember the name or not, but was there ever a kid in your career, in your coaching career, that you said, "Man, this kid's great," and then it didn't pan out?
Oh, there were multiple kids. There were. I mean, we had a kid with the Yankees. He looked like a white Darryl Strawberry. I mean, in batting practice, he was launching. He's big, tall, lanky left-hander, and hitting home runs out of the ballpark like crazy. And we put people out to get the baseballs back because we're losing too many baseballs. So, but during the ball game, he's going 0 for 4 and striking out 3 times. So you got practice. There is a temperament about practice, which is easy going.
Right.
Everybody's all loose. Well, when you get in the ball game, all right, now everything's on the line.
Yeah.
Now you're competing.
Yeah.
So that's a different temperament. So
sure,
you got to be able to use that temperament as practice.
Yeah.
You practice that as much as you practice swinging the bat or feeling a ground ball or whatever.
Right.
But I don't know whatever happened to him, but it was hard because he was a number 1 pick, and here I had him. When you got a number 1 pick, you got a lot of instructors and scouts that put their name on that person, and here you are going against them now. But it's what he's doing. So I had tried to be as diplomatic as I could, but I would call our pitching coordinator back then was Billy Connors. Now he's passed away. I called Billy one time. I said, "Billy, this kid is not doing it. He's in the lineup every night, batting 4th, 3rd or 4th,
and he's just
he's striking out with men in scoring position." I said, he said, "Put it down, just like you're seeing it. Those stats are there. They're going to look at those as well."
Yeah.
He said, "Don't give your opinion, just put it down like you're seeing it." So that's what I did, and they ended up moving him down, which was good because he was starting off a little bit too high in that.
Too high. All right.
Anyway,
so most overrated player.
The most overrated player that got to the big leagues, or oh Lord, I I can't think of one right now. I'm sure there were.
I'm sure you can
them.
think of one. You just don't want to say it.
I know one. Yeah.
Is he local?
No, but he
Okay.
listens to this stuff a lot,
Yeah.
and I'd
Yeah.
rather
say.
stay away from that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Very diplomatic. I like that. I like that about you. Stan Hough, over the years, playing, coaching, we talked about stadiums, we talked about this, we talked about that. But in your career, and you're thinking about baseball, and I know you said, hey, I don't want to talk about baseball today because you don't really follow it like that. But through the years, then and now, what's the biggest difference? Not only just the game of baseball, but in players.
Well, okay, the rules have changed, and there's a lot of rules that suck. But the one rule that I think is really good is the pitch count, the pitcher's time, because it's speeding the game up. It definitely is. Okay, I'll say okay to that. But the other thing is, every kid that's a pitcher they think they got to throw 100 miles an hour. They think they got to light that gun up. Where pitching went from a craft to being the strongest pitcher out there. So, they don't work on their secondary pitches enough for me. We got into a conversation one time when I was in AAA with Mike Scott and Dwight Bernard. Mike Scott pitched in the big leagues with the Mets and the Houston Astros. Actually threw a no-hitter against San Francisco in 1986 to win the National League West. Okay, so Mike and we played together for 3 or 4 years, and I caught him a lot. Dwight Bernard the same way. Now, his best pitch was a slider, and he was good at it. So we're sitting in a bar one night, and we're up in Rhode Island playing the Boston team. And anyway, it's little Howard Johnson's. And we're in a little bar, and it's kind of dark on the other side. There's one guy sitting over there, and we're talking about best pitch in baseball. And Mike said fastball, and Dwight said the slider. And I said, well, both of you are wrong. Changeup's the best pitch because the changeup is the equalizer for hitters. Hitters looking for fastballs all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
If you throw a changeup with a fastball, you're going to win a lot, and if you can command it. Well, it wasn't a heated argument, it was a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
Well, this guy gets up from the other side, comes over and says, y'all need to listen to this guy. What's your name? I said, Stan Hough. He said, I'm Johnny Padres. Now, Johnny Padres pitched in the big leagues for 20 years, and his best pitch was a changeup. And he knew how to pitch it. But it goes back to learning the craft.
Yeah.
If a pitcher has a good changeup, along with that good fastball, that even enhances his fastball. So you keep good hitters off balance.
Yeah. All right, Stan Hough, thank you so much for coming in. I want to know about your podcast.
Yeah, a visit to the mound.com. And I started doing this when a bunch of the dads that I was doing lessons with would come up. So I don't know much about baseball. What do I do? So we talk about how to set up a practice, the work, the mechanics of a ball game and what to do and stuff like that, tips on how to do that. I decided that doing it in a podcast was easier than doing onesies, twosies to everybody. And, it's kind of gone from that to, how to prepare to be a better ball player and all that stuff. And even I've done some interviews.
Yeah. Now, do you still do like private coaching?
Yes, definitely.
Kids?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think that's a benefit right now for me. I enjoy seeing these kids get better too.
Yeah.
If they're working at it, they're going to get better.
Right. All right. So we've talked about all this stuff, but we got to get serious now. Stan, before you leave and before Bronson comes on with music, you get to tell the bad joke of the day. And sitting in front of you all this morning is a list of bad jokes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I knew you would be excited. That oh wow was very. So you get to pick one of those jokes and tell the world, and Bronson's going to laugh his ass off. All right, take it away, Stan. I know there's a lot of good ones. Don't be intimidated.
What do you call
Here we go.
Okay, I wanted my kids to watch the orchestra, but I had to turn it off. Too much sax and violins.
Funny man, Stan Hough. This morning, Stan, buddy, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Enjoy the stories. We'll get you back on. We're going to take a short break and come back. We're going to switch cameras, and we're going to have some great music. So stick around right here. Zack Owen Show.
Dive into adventure with scuba.com, your ultimate destination for top-tier scuba and snorkeling gear. With over 20 years of experience, our expert staff, who dived everywhere from the Galapagos to the Maldives, provides personalized advice to help you find the perfect gear for any underwater trip. Shop leading brands like GoPro, Aqualung, and Scuba Pro. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, trust scuba.com for the best in diving equipment and expert guidance. Explore now at scuba.com. That's SCUBA.com. Scuba.com. BizChair.com. Your one-stop shop for premium commercial furniture that blends quality with affordability. From ergonomic office chairs to durable restaurant seating, we cater to diverse industries including corporate, medical, hospitality, and education. With over 20 years of experience, we offer fast shipping, exceptional customer support, and furniture solutions that stand up to high traffic environments. Elevate your space with BizChair's vast selection of stylish, reliable, and cost-effective furniture. Visit us today at BizChair.com to transform your business. At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Born from a third-generation lighting family, we craft beautifully designed premium lighting that's made to be affordable. Inspired by Grandma Mitzi's eclectic style, we're on a mission to make high-quality lighting accessible to all. Whether you're updating your space or adding a unique fixture, Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi. Founded in 1910, Samsonite is the world leader in durable, high-quality luggage and travel accessories. Made to the highest standards, our products won't let you down. We give you the confidence to get out there and explore. Inspired by the past, devoted to the present, and built to inspire a multi-generational future, Samsonite is here to elevate your journey. Travel with Samsonite and pack confidence every step of the way. Shop now at shop.samsonite.com. The grinder mentality that Randy and Brent Habert built into 44 Pro runs deep within our team. Every member shares a passion for the craft, the game, and most importantly, the player. When you step onto the field with a 44 Pro custom glove, you'll feel the difference. It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro. Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's GOLFPARTNERUSA.com. Golf Partner.
Since 2003, Bluehost has been empowering people to harness their brands with innovative web hosting solutions by over 2 million users running WordPress.org recommended host. With Bluehost, safer, better web experience, supported by the world's most popular site builder, and backed by our commitment to open source projects. Visit Bluehost.com today. Take your website to the next level.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today.
Have you ever watched true crime television and wondered how did they get that story?
I can show you. I was a producer for 48 hours on CBS
In my exclusive Tell All book, I'll take you where no audience has ever gone before. Don't miss out. Secure your copy of Killer Story, The Truth Behind True Crime Television today. Available everywhere books are sold.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Back live at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill downtown 8th Street, where tonight, big sold-out concert. And tomorrow night, we've got to shift gears a bit and do a little classic rock and hard rock. We'll talk with Chris this hour about what's going on this weekend at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. It's Good Friday, Easter weekend. We've got Bronson Lewis from Fort Worth. He's our musical guest this morning. Bronson, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You know what's crazy thing? It's been baseball week. I've had a different ex-major league player coach on the air every day, but we've not had a single baseball song, have we?
Oh goodness! Now the ball's in my court.
Yeah.
Not a baseball joke.
You know, the only baseball song that I remember playing on the radio. Who was it that had the song Center Field? John Fogerty.
Mm-hmm.
That's about I can't remember it. Oh, Alabama had an album titled Cheap Seats, and it was a baseball theme. They were sitting in the stadium. But other than that, I can't think of any more.
No.
That just jump out at me. Oh, Mark Chestnut, Too Cold at Home. Remember the one he says,
it's too hot to fish.
When he was a kid and he wore the Ranger uniform and baseball. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Which it changes in different regions you're around. They'll do a Dodgers or they do the Cardinals. Yeah. They're doing it.
Are you originally born in Fort Worth?
I am from Fort Worthian. Yes, I am from Fort Worth area. It's such a tricky question when people ask where I was born. I wasn't born in Fort Worth, but I've been living my entire adult life in Fort Worth. I grew up out there, went through all my life experiences right in the heart of Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you said you live kind of north?
Yeah, near
Fort
the
Worth?
Saginaw area, North Fort Worth area. It was just so funny. We have the same zip code as Saginaw would, but we have a Fort Worth address. So,
right.
Yeah.
We were talking beforehand, as a kid growing up there, I remember only thing in Saginaw were grain elevators. Are the elevators still there?
They're still there. Yeah.
But about 1 million other people, it seems like. True.
Yeah. It's growing exponentially every single day. Our church, the first year that our church had planted, I think they grew like 240% within the first year after they actually built the church.
Yeah.
Because of all the growth in the area.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you definitely see that.
And I remember too, as a kid, you got past downtown, the grain elevators, and then there was nothing till you got to Denton. Now the big racetrack is up there.
Yeah.
So much in that area. It's crazy.
It's blown up.
Yeah.
And, I mean, everybody wants to move to Texas. Everyone wants to be
They
here.
sure
so
do.
We need a space for them.
And it's funny you say that. I've got a couple, I do real estate, and I've got a couple that are driving in from Missouri to look at a home here.
Really? Yeah.
Everybody wants to move here. All right, enough talk. Let's get to music. Bronson, kick it off. What do you got for us on the first song?
This is a song. It's an unreleased song. It's on this album. I'm going to be doing a couple of the songs off of this album that we just finished up. And they'll be out shortly. This is a song called I'm Okay, and it has to do with what's going on in my brain, at least, and for a lot of others going through life, that we want to be okay, but sometimes we don't know where that light at the end of the tunnel is going to be, and things creep up and cause issues for you. So,
right. All right.
Yeah. That's what this one is.
These feelings in my head again stop me in my tracks. Keep pulling up inside of me, take me places where I'm not at. Can't shake it off my trail, even though I try. That's where I begin to fail. I know she knows, can't help her let it show. And it takes me far, far away. So here I am again, with another ruined day. Good wishes for tomorrow, stay inside you, then she says to me. Can't help the way I'm driving, it's all I know how to be. Remember days before was behind the wheel, but still at the bottom of this hill. Keep driving up, you just don't know when to stop. But it's where you're meant to stay. Don't want for nothing flashy, just pray that I'm okay. Just pray that I'm okay. Then again, it's not part of the plan. They want you to obey. Can't help the egocentric. Can't be more apathetic. Won't you be a little more sympathetic and pray that I'm okay? Just hold the beat someday. Yeah,
that's a pretty song. Nice song there.
Thank you.
Hey, do you play like regular anywhere around where you live, around Fort Worth area, that you've got some regular gigs?
We play all throughout Fort Worth. Parker County was voted best musician in Parker County of 2024.
Nice.
That's the neighborhood in the area.
Nice.
Yeah, all over Fort Worth and all over Texas. So I'm out here visiting you from in the Waco area. I'm playing tonight, actually in Temple. We played yesterday, and where did I play yesterday? Yeah, in College Station. Yeah, last night in College Station. So
Yeah.
coming here this morning from College Station. Actually, so yeah, we go all over. Fort Worth's home, and I do like to play at home, but I found that you get more of a following, more people who are interested away from my hometown. And so this way, whenever I come back to home, I could do some ticketed shows or show up in places, and everyone's so happy to finally, hey, you're back. Let's go see what he's up to. So
now most guys and girls that I ask this question, is it early for you? Is it tough singing, hitting the notes this early?
Yes and no. I've been singing all weekend. So, but no, for the morning for me, I just like to have breakfast first thing in the morning. I haven't had that just yet, but we do that on the way with the on the ride here in the truck, and a makeshift breakfast of sorts. And now I'm just anxious to just pick up a guitar and start singing anyway. So it's not really hard, but more so it's just, you just got to push through it, I guess you would say. Yeah.
So if I go out to your car, truck, whatever you're driving, and I was to turn on the radio or whatever, however you listen to music, who would I hear? Who's your favorite? Who do you like to listen to?
I've got a multitude of ranges right now. I've been listening to a lot of local stuff. We've been, my wife is one of the diamond sponsors in Fort Worth for the Battle of the Bands right now. So I've been listening to a lot of the local artists that have been popping through for that. We're trying to be supportive of all the local musicians in the area. You won't hear Nashville country, as someone brought up. I can't remember the name of this gentleman that they're like, you've never heard any songs from him? I'm like, no. It's like, I don't listen to newer stuff at all anymore. Right now, I'm writing so much, and I don't want my music to sound like anybody else's. So that's a path that you can go down if you're listening to what's trending, and you don't want to fall into that rut. So,
Right. Yeah, I love, for 47 years in radio, always was a radio guy with country music. I did program or oversee some other formats, but country was my main thing. And let me tell you, after 47 years and actually listening to country before I got into radio, you're right, it's changed in the last 50, 60 years. But it's very interesting because the music of the 50s, 60s is not the country of the 70s or the country of the 80s, and then boom, 90s changed. It's just crazy how it's all changed. But we still love our classic country, and I ask people all the time when they're in here, who's your favorite of all time classic country that you say, man, that guy or that girl were spot on? Who would you say?
For classic country?
Classic, that one artist.
I don't know. For classic
country, a lot of people say Merle Haggard.
I can say Merle, yeah. Merle was a musician, an artist, and a poet. You'd say that. I think that would be pretty good. I don't listen to a ton of country, so I grew up differently. I grew up in a different spot, and moving here to Fort Worth at such a young age, started getting into country later on. So it was people like Alan Jackson and George Strait I started getting into at the time for country. I was listening to Charlie Daniels at a very young age.
Yeah.
So I guess that's classic country for me. It would be the outlaw old Charlie Daniels in the band. So I guess, but I don't know.
Back in when I was in radio, I think it was about, I want to say maybe 84, probably 84 here in Waco. I worked in radio here back then, and then I left. But one of the best concerts I ever saw was Charlie Daniels and Alabama together.
There you go.
That was a heck of a show.
Yeah, the first show I've ever been to was Doobie Brothers with Styx and Leonard Skinner.
Oh, wow.
I think I was maybe 7 or 8 years old. My parents dragged me out to a fairgrounds and seen
but I'll say the greatest concert was when I worked in Abilene was Conway Twitty, Merle Haggard, and George Jones together.
Wow.
And that was called the Legends Tour.
Yeah, it's
and that was in probably 87-ish, 85, 86, somewhere in that area. But anyway, talking about classic country, some things happened on this date in history.
Yeah.
And we're going to go over this. 1964, Johnny Cash was #1 on the country charts with Understand Your Man. That was in 1964. 1966, Eddie Arnold was #1 with I Want to Go With You. 1970, Johnny Cash, again, #1 on the album chart. 1975, Olivia Newton-John was #1 on the album charts with Have You Never Been Mellow. 1998, Diamond Rio were inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. And in 2020, Sam Hunt went to #1 on the country charts with his second album, came off of their chart topper called Southside. And some people like Sam Hunt, and some people don't like Sam Hunt.
It's a name I haven't heard of in a while, but that's Sam Hunt.
Yeah. So we're talking and visiting about music and listening to great music here. I've asked this too about people that have performed on the show. If you received a phone call and it was somebody that's passed away or somebody living, superstar, and they called and they said, Bronson, we want you to go on tour with us and open our show all over the world. Who would that group be or that singer be that you would get the call from?
Oh, you're looking at me as if you already know the answer. I don't know if you know the answer. Glenn Fry. The Eagles going on.
Oh, yeah.
The Eagles, for me, it would be. So, yeah.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
That.
We were just talking about the Eagles the other day and different concerts, and man, and they still go and sound great. Vince Gill and a bunch of my friends went and saw him at the Sphere in Las Vegas recently. So it's just amazing.
Yeah,
Still got it.
The whole group of the vocals and just the musical talent. And I know Joel Walsh was doing his thing for quite a while too, and then Don Henley broke off and did his soloing stuff. But you know, that's what got me into wanting to sing. Like Don Henley's vocals, just for me, that's cream of the crop for me.
Right.
Hearing that, and just a talented musician, being a drummer and multi-instrumentalist, you know, doing that stuff. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bronson Lewis, my musical guest. We're going to get another song from Bronson coming up. We'll take a short break. And I want to say thanks to Waco Realtors, the Eastland Group. They're the big sponsor of the Zack Owen Show. Be Kind Coffee, my friends over at Be Kind, and they've got great pastries, do their own bagels. They're on Washington Avenue. You need a cup of coffee, you need a bag of coffee. By golly, they got you covered every way there is coffee-wise. Stop in today, Washington Avenue, open till 6 o'clock tonight, open this weekend. Be Kind Coffee. We'll take a short break. Be right back.
Just use AMP-Pace.
AMP-Pace.
In Motion is more than just a name. It's a legacy of innovation. From supplying electric vehicle parts like motors and inverters since the 1960s to creating cutting-edge electric scooters, hoverboards, and unicycles. In Motion is shaping the future of mobility. Whether you're looking for industrial power solutions or accessible personal transport, In Motion has you covered. Explore our products and experience the future of movement. Visit store.inmotionworld.com today.
Is your Mac running slow? Mac Booster 8 is your all-in-one solution to clean up 20 types of junk files, remove malware and viruses, and protect your device. It also optimizes your Mac's hard disk, fixes disk permission issues, and cleans memory, all to boost your Mac's performance to the max. Get your Mac running like new again with Mac Booster 8. Visit macboost.net today.
Finding a sleep sack that my baby likes has been a struggle.
The sleep sack from Joy is a major upgrade.
It's all natural eucalyptus, which is breathable and hypoallergenic, which is really great for your baby's sensitive skin.
And it's made with Climatech, which regulates your baby's temperature.
You can also get Joy's crib sheets, which are made of the same super soft material.
Joy gave my baby comfort
and gave me peace of mind.
At Matt Piffle, we believe in celebrating your journey, past, present, and future. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence, elevate creativity, and honor what matters most. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mattpiffle.com and start celebrating your story today.
Maud Lily is your go-to for stylish and affordable fashion that fits your life. Whether you're looking for the perfect swimsuit for a beach day, a chic dress for a night out, or cozy tops for everyday wear, Maud Lily has it all. Their extensive collection of swimwear, including bikinis, tankinis, and one-pieces, always keeps you on trend, while their dresses and tops come in flattering styles for every occasion. Visit maudlily.com today.
Natural Cycles identifies your fertile window by analyzing changes in your temperature. It's the first FDA-cleared birth control app. No hormones, no side effects, and 93% effective with typical use, and 98% effective with perfect use. Just measure in the morning, add your temperature into the app, then learn which days you can and cannot get pregnant. It's that easy. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
A house is a property, but we live in homes. Home sweet home. Homes where the heart is. Home. There's no place like it. Homes are filled with memories and emotions. OfferPad knows this is your home, not your house. That's why we do what we do. Every day, we aim to deliver the best home buying and selling experience so you can spend less time real estating and more time living.
Back live, Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. It is Friday, Good Friday. Hope you got a good weekend planned out. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work, my real estate job on Saturday, and they're going to go to Godley, Texas, and visit with the family, the grandchildren, the son, the daughter-in-law, the great-grandchildren for Easter Sunday. Hope you got a good weekend planned out. Bronson, you got anything big planned this weekend?
Music everywhere. Yeah, and then Sunday, Easter Sunday, I finally get a day of rest, the Sabbath. And so we'll probably do some fishing. I'll be at a state park north of Fort Worth near Sanger area. So
yeah. Looks like we may get a little bit of rain down here. I don't know about up there, but we need the rain.
Oh, yeah, we always need the rain. I was just telling my wife, it's funny how a light switch just goes off in spring. We were at a state park over there was a Bass Masters Championship that was going on at Lake Ray Roberts early this month. And it just seemed like it was overnight. Everything was dead. And then when we moved to a different campsite within that week, all the greens started popping up.
Wow.
And so, the rain helps with all that, the flowers and everything, So and it's a good time to live in. I dig when we start seeing foliage again.
Hey, is there a story behind the name Bronson?
I don't know. I hear multiple things. I've got a picture of the Magnificent Seven in the house, the painting, from it's got Charles Bronson in the original movie. I'm guessing that might have been where it's from, or my parents were pregnant during a show called Perfect Strangers was pretty popular, I think. And it was, he already knows where Bronson Pinchot was an actor who played in that show. So, not really a story behind it. I guess they just like the name, and they're like, hey, there's not a lot of people that are named this, so let's
oh, yeah, you're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a little kid, there were nobody named Zach with a K. Mine's Z-A-C-K.
Oh.
So you're a lot like that, Bronson. Well, it's a great name. Bronson Lewis here from Fort Worth. And let's do another song. Keep it rolling.
Yeah. I'll just go into this one, or do you want a little story behind it? Or
yeah, tell us about it.
I wrote this one. It was almost this self-sabotaging thing that happens for me. I was told that if you put something out in the universe, it's bound to make it happen, even though you might not want it to. So we took this one into the studio, kind of did like this espionage kind of thing out of it. This will be the next single that comes out here off of the album. This one's called Left Unsaid. Steps to restitution, nothing he'd ever do. You can't have enough your liking, but no words I say come true. Spitting all that anger, just to let it all there out. You can't help but go and ask her what the hell we're fighting about. This cup is overflowing, but we'll keep sipping every drop. Feeling like we're drowning, but won't let it reach the top. The worst of all my fears just keep rambling through my head. Can't recall what it was now, all the words I left unsaid. Now she's pacing by the doorstep, and wonders why she's here. What's kept from holding so damn long? It's been back and forth for years. There's flashes in their memories, like the pictures in the night, like the headlights passing by me and then fading out of sight. The air we breathe is burning, but the fire still rages on. The train we're on keeps rolling, it goes faster till it's gone. The worst of all my fears just keep rambling through my head. Can't recall what it was now, all the words I left unsaid. She said,
deep depression comes to surface, it takes all that we've got. Leaves a broken, lonely carcass, it leads us right back to the start. Then blue eyes filled with sadness, and two weathered, unsure souls. In the undisrupted bedside is all we've come to know.
All right. Birthday. When's your birthday?
March 5th
So
of 1988.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're just a youngster, man.
I'm a young buck.
A young buck.
I
Here's
don't
the
feel
deal.
like it some days, but yeah.
Let's do a few birthdays. We got some birthdays today I wanted to send out. Got some celebrity birthdays. You may recognize some of these celebrities here today. James Woods, which is a great actor.
Yeah.
He was born on this date in 1947. Nate Archibald, famous NBA basketball player, was born in 1948. Rick Moranis, funny guy, actor, was born in 1953. Conan O'Brien was born in 1963 on this date.
Nice.
David Tennant, actor, born in 1971. Melissa Joan Hart, actress, born in 1976. Now, here's one. I am still one of those people. I'll get your opinion on this, Bronson. The Kardashians. I don't even know why we talk about them, and I have no clue why people watch.
Didn't one of them go in space or something too recently?
Yeah.
That was going on?
Yeah.
I saw something about it. I was like,
amazing, but they still make the news. Kourtney Kardashian was born on this date, 1979, and America Ferrera, actress, was born on this date in 1984. Let's do some local birthdays. Got to pull it up here on the old phone. Today's technology. Christy Butts having a birthday today. Happy birthday, Christy. Missy Benner is turning 59. Jennifer Wittenberg is 52. Jacob Sloan is turning 28. Sandra Campa is 39. Tony Flores is 54. William Plaster is turning 50. Gary Donaldson is 55 years old. Eric Hanna celebrating a birthday today. Landry Kramer, happy birthday. And Judy Martinez, turning 58 years old. Have a great day. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day. Think back, the other day I asked one of the musicians, what's the best birthday present you've ever received? And he hit it right off the bat. He said, man, I got a brand new guitar when I was so-and-so. Do you remember that one birthday present that you got, you could still remember going, wow, that's pretty cool?
I think I got this guitar for my wife's birthday during the time. I can't remember. Or no, it was my son's birthday.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was right before my son's birthday. Got this guitar gifted to me. Started putting a lot of miles. I've got a 16-year-old Taylor that I don't like taking out every now and then because it's almost an heirloom at this point. And so I'm ready to start switching them around a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't on my birthday, but I do remember this gift the most. I don't remember lots of gifts for my birthday. I do remember a surprise birthday where I was driven around for quite a while, blindfolded, and brought back to where we came from, and it was a surprise party for that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't remember too much more of the rest of the night.
Wow.
But,
that's funny.
As for gifts, now I'm not. You talk about love languages. We do in our house, at least. I'm not there's all those different love languages, and there's the acts of service, there's the words of affirmation, there's the touch, there's the gift givers or the receivers. I'm not one of those gift givers or receivers, so it's hard for me to remember like a perfect gift or anything. Like to me, it's time spent and the hours put in and the thought and that goes into process. And for me, I'm more of a touch person and the words of affirmation. If you tell me I'm doing good, I'm going to feel good about it. So that's the best gift for me.
You'll find this when you get older, my age, there's a certain point where you try to forget birthdays. You're like, oh, I don't want to
Yeah.
do this. No, I don't want that.
We have to remember our kids' birthdays all the time. And
Yeah.
Other people's and their friends' birthdays, and and we went this year. It wasn't my birthday. It was the anniversary this year, where we looked at each other afterwards, like, oh, shoot, it's our anniversary today, and so started making a steak dinner like on a whim. I was like, we almost forgot. We do so much all the time, and for other people, all so much. It's like we couldn't remember what we did for ourselves, and so we fall into that rut. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna take a short break. Got to come back and get more music from Bronson. Also, we'll check in, see about sports. Pete Sousa's show comes up after my show. They talk sports. Bronson, are you a sports guy? Do you have a particular sport you follow?
I'm a baseball fan, and so you guys were talking baseball over here, and so that is what I would do. However, I can find myself spending too much time going over stats and everything else, so it's kind of something I pulled away from a little bit. In high school, playing sports and doing stuff too. Now I've got different priorities, I guess you'd say. I like watching college football though too, still, as I can't watch pro football very often, but baseball is where it is too. Now the season's started, watching the baseball. When I am in a bar playing or something, you'll see me strumming, playing music, but I'm over here looking at what's going on.
Well, we're going to check in with the guys from the Pete Sousa Show, find out what's going to be on the show today. That's coming up too, so stick around. We'll take a short break. Big thanks to Waco Realtors, our major sponsor, the Eastland Group. Thanks for being a sponsor. And Be Kind Coffee, Jack of All Trades Employment Services, and Mike's Car Care, who we're going to talk about Mike's coming up in just a bit. We'll be right back.
Just use Ampace.
Ampace.
InMotion is more than just a name. It's a legacy of innovation. From supplying electric vehicle parts like motors and inverters since the 1960s to creating cutting-edge electric scooters, hoverboards, and unicycles, InMotion is shaping the future of mobility. Whether you're looking for industrial power solutions or accessible personal transport, InMotion has you covered. Explore our products and experience the future of movement. Visit store.inmotionworld.com today.
Is your Mac running slow? Mac Booster 8 is your all-in-one solution to clean up 20 types of junk files, remove malware and viruses, and protect your device. It also optimizes your Mac's hard disk, fixes disk permission issues, and cleans memory, all to boost your Mac's performance to the max. Get your Mac running like new again with Mac Booster 8. Visit macboost.net today.
Finding a sleep sack that my baby likes has been a struggle. The sleep sack from Joy is a major upgrade.
It's all natural eucalyptus, which is breathable and hypoallergenic, which is really great for your baby's sensitive skin.
And it's made with Climatac, which regulates your baby's temperature.
You can also get Joy's crib sheets, which are made of the same super soft material.
Joy gave my baby comfort
and gave me peace of mind.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey, past, present, and future. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence, elevate creativity, and honor what matters most. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
Maud Lily is your go-to for stylish and affordable fashion that fits your life. Whether you're looking for the perfect swimsuit for a beach day, a chic dress for a night out, or cozy tops for everyday wear, Maud Lily has it all. Their extensive collection of swimwear, including bikinis, tankinis, and one-pieces, always keeps you on trend, while their dresses and tops come in flattering styles for every occasion. Visit maudlily.com today.
Natural Cycles identifies your fertile window by analyzing changes in your temperature. It's the first FDA-cleared birth control app. No hormones, no side effects, and 93% effective with typical use, and 98% effective with perfect use. Just measure in the morning, add your temperature into the app, then learn which days you can and cannot get pregnant. It's that easy. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
A house is a property, but we live in homes. Home sweet home. Home's where the heart is. Home. There's no place like it. Homes are filled with memories and emotions. OfferPad knows this is your home, not your house. That's why we do what we do. Every day, we aim to deliver the best home buying and selling experience so you can spend less time real estating and more time living.
Visit robemediamusic.com for more music.
We're back. Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. Big weekend, crazy weekend, and it all kicks off tonight. In fact, the phone, I got to tell you something. We get here, what time we get here, Mike? 7-ish, 7:15, and the phone rings. Folks, let me just tell you, this is a restaurant, bar, concert venue. They're not here at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning,
if
right?
we are, we're cleaning up from the night before and not feeling like answering a phone.
They don't want to answer the phone, okay? Yeah. Call back after 11.
Yeah.
All right, Brian is here, one of the owners here at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill on 8th Street downtown. Tonight, well, look, they're doing it on purpose now. They're calling.
Yeah.
Tonight, big night, sold-out night. Give us the latest, the update for those that are fortunate to have tickets.
Fortunate to have tickets. This thing sold out back during Reagan's second term.
That's right.
So it's been sold out for a while, and that's people going, hey, do y'all have any tickets left? Like, no, we don't, unfortunately. I've turned down family members, actually. So, but, yeah, going to be a great night. We're getting a lot set up now. We're kind of fixing – we always try to tweak our systems a little bit so that it works better for the people getting in. So we're running the lines to the side of the building now, 4 separate lines. People will get in quicker. But, yeah, we've got 3,200 folks coming out tonight to watch this young phenomena. And Palmer Anthony, the opener, which I still remember from the other day.
That's nice.
So, yeah, big night. So we're just getting cleaned up and setting everything up right now. Got a crew out there putting the stage together.
How old is the kid tonight? 18?
No, he's 17.
Oh, he's only 17.
He's 17.
He's and a big sensation already.
He's the age of some of my grandkids.
That's right.
So, yeah.
I love
that
it.
hurts. That hurts.
So Ty tonight.
And then tomorrow is going to be a great night, too, other end of the spectrum, because all those folks will be resting up. And then all of the folks, let's say in our demographic, can come out for AC/DC Tribute Band, Back in Black, out of Dallas, amazing, and local John Epperson. And so they'll kick it off 8 o'clock, starting a little early. We do old folks time sometimes.
I love that. That way you can go to Denny's and catch, the Rudy Tooty platter.
I'll tell you what, I think I told you
out.
this. We went and saw Sammy Hagar at WinStar. Watched the concert. It was amazing. Get in the car. It's 9:56. I was like, this is the way to do
this
it, right?
Old-time concert, old people concert. Yes. All right, so that's that. And, of course, Sunday, Easter Sunday, you guys going to be here?
Yeah, we're open. I think we'll have some food trucks. I think we've got something different going on for dinner because kitchen folks are going to spend time with their families, which is great. But we'll be serving the alcohol, so if you don't want to be with your family, come on by. Or if they're all at the house and you want to get away.
And if you don't receive any Easter eggs, the Easter Bunny has been to the backyard hanging out having cocktails.
Amen. So. And we'll be doing karaoke, so it'll be eggy-okie or whatever. Get all your egg songs ready.
Yeah. Eggy Breaky Heart.
Eggman, the Beatles.
I love it.
Eggy Breaky Heart, I like that.
All right, Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill sold out tonight. Tomorrow night, the AC/DC Tribute Band. Brian, thanks a lot, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, we got sports right now. Do we say Scotty today? Scotty Too Hottie is with us. Let me get the headphones on so I can hear Scotty here. Hey, Scotty, what's up, buddy? Whoo, man, I tell you what, we sure are. We're doing shots and everything else today. Mike is over here dancing on the table this morning. It's just crazy. Hey, this week has been baseball week, and today Stan Hough wrapped it up with us talking some great stories. It's been a great week. What's going on in baseball on your side? What are you going to talk about today? Right. He does. And you know it's on purpose so he can get more publicity. He is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. What else going on? I hope you have a good one, too, with your family. And we'll talk again on Monday. Bye-bye. There we go. Scotty with the Pete Sousa Show comes up right after my show. Talking sports as the talk continues about the young man that transferred out of Baylor to go to BYU, the Big Bucks. What do you think about that whole portal thing? So Baylor has a great basketball program. They have 0 returning. I believe that's it. I may be wrong. I should ask. They have 0 returning players for next year because they've all left to make more money through the portal.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing. I mean, it's great for them, what they want to do and get out
Yeah.
there. So that's the reason why I like watching college sports. They got a lot to prove, so they put in 130% into what they're doing all the time so they can make it up to where they want to go. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I watch European football. No, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Hey, Bronson Lewis, my guest from Fort Worth, playing some great music this morning. Bronson, let's do another song, buddy.
Yeah, we'll do one. This is a streamable song. This is a song that came out, I want to say a couple of years ago when we first started getting into this music. Maybe it was just last year. I can't remember. But it's out there. This is a song that was written for me. The music-wise, at least that chord progression for me, I get this falling feeling that I got, and it was however I felt whenever I first, you become a man, you get the manhood wherever you feel like you're doing, you start making love for the first time, and what you're willing to give up while you're doing so, just so you can keep doing that. And this one's called Happiest Hour. Your skin so soft speaks to me, and how you move it so happily. And now I feel I'm drunk on all your ways. You're the most precious to me, but no tab to pay. I'm a lucky man to have a few friends. Think God the most that you came around. When we kiss, my world's on fire, and I'll stay at home with you on this happiest hour. My love seen you in this life. Only you know how to bring that smile into the world. Your colors shine, shine, girl. All pictures you paint with me, the most beautiful sight. And I'm a lucky man to have a few friends.
Thank God the most that you came around. When we kiss, my world's on fire. And I'll stay at home with you on the happiest hour. I'm a lucky man to have a few friends. Thank God the most that you came around. When we kiss, my world's on fire. I stayed home with you on this happiest hour. Oh, this happiest of hours.
You know,
thank you very much.
I've got to say, and I truly, and I hope you take this the right way, but when I watch you sing and listen to you sing, I can tell you truly, the songs come from your heart, from your soul.
Thank
you. The feeling, you put feeling into it. I can tell you love doing that.
I'm also awake now too.
Yeah.
We talked about it now. It's like, now we're up.
I love it. I mean, I love that.
Yes.
You're not just up there singing, is what I'm trying to get at, you know? Yeah. You have feeling into it. Hey, you play golf at all? You a golfer?
I would love to get in the golf. It's expensive. I've got way too many expensive hobbies. So I need to stop. So,
yeah, that's just one more thing you don't want to add. Trust me. Mm-hmm. But we have our Zach and Jim All-American Heroes Golf Tournament coming up May 16th, 17th at Cottonwood Creek. All benefits military. The Chris Kyle American Valor Foundation goes to active retired military first responders. Anyway, long story short, hit the QR code that's on the screen right now. Or if you're listening, you can go to roguemedianetwork.com. Sign up to win a free team for the big tournament coming up May 16th, 17th. Just do that right now. You get a team of 4, and you get 8 tickets to the pre-party the night before with music, food, cocktails, and so forth. So go do that. We'll pick the winner coming up around May 6th, 7th is when we're going to draw the big winner. Also, I announced this the other day, and we've actually had a date change, but the Zach and Jim big travel club that we do. We take trips all over the world, and we've got one coming up here in July. That's our Trip 45. We're going over to all of Greece, Croatia, Italy, all those places. That thing is sold out and done. But we announced trip number 46 will be May of next year. We're going to Turks and Caicos and have a great time over there. We've changed dates. The original date, May 2nd, is now been moved to May 11th. A lot of colleges are graduating the week before, so we don't want to get all messed up with that. So mark it down, Turks and Caicos, May 11th of 2026. We'll have details coming in the next couple of months. I want to talk to you real quick about Mike's Car Care Center, located over on Sanger Avenue in Waco, whether it's an oil change, whether it's a tire rotation, fuel pump, maybe you need a brand new engine put in. They can do it on brake jobs. Trust my friends over at Mike's Care Center. Cars, trucks, SUVs, auto repair service. Stop in today on Sanger Avenue. Mike's Car Care, 732-1202. Got all the information on the screen right now. We're going to play out of here. My guest this morning has done a great. First of all, I want to say thanks to Stan Hough. as we wrap up baseball week. Thanks to all my guests that have been on this week with baseball, ex-Major League Baseball players and coaches. Thank you. But today, Bronson Lewis from Fort Worth has been my musical guest, and I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
Super talented guy, and I appreciate you coming down and making the drive to be on the show.
I appreciate you making this space for me and having me on
Absolutely.
here, so.
We'll get you back down here for sure. Bronson, you want to play one out, take us out for the hour?
Yeah, I like doing this one, a little play on it. This next one's called I'll Still Be Here. We're obviously packing up and leaving.
Right.
But this was a song, it was written first getting into this musical journey. I made a lot of great friends in this since we've been doing this a short time, just shy of our third year of doing music and playing music for everybody out here.
Hey, I want to say happy Good Friday to everybody and happy Easter.
Yeah.
Miss you, Jim. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. But this one, it was written from a spot. It was let somebody know or let anybody know that if relationship's failing, you want it to work out, you're letting them know that you'll still be around in hopes that maybe you'll work out what needs to be done, the hard things that need to be done to make a relationship work. And this is, the latest single that just came out. So this is I'll Still Be Here. I'll still be here. You turn back around, or worry about searching where I can be found, where the troubles they follow. Well, I start to fear. Let's come to our senses, 'cause I'll still be here. Here it's pouring, where the cold stops to tears, and I'll still be here, and I'll still be here. The winters have gone by since we both been near. Don't know why you're hiding, don't know why you're scared. You don't know how it's to end, but it's more than we can bear. So quit riding fences, 'cause I'll still be here. Here it's pouring, where the cold stops the tears, and I'll still be here, and I'll still be here. Here it's pouring, where the cold stops the tears. Here when the time comes, the clouds start to clear. After the storm comes, the love will appear. Oh, I'll still be here, and I'll still be here, and I'll still be here, and I'll still be here.
keep the music playing.